Well, earlier I did a video that's going to be up shortly, or has already been loaded since this was started. When I get into a filming mood, I go into a filming mood, and today I am. If you've seen the first video that I put up, I'm cooking wild hog ribs tonight. With that said, I'm now moving into another project. We're going to start with right here in front of the tractor. Sorry about that, folks. With that said, folks, we're going to be cutting more posts for the wall. I can't use a gas chainsaw. Good thing these logs are dry. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to move them. Have to be careful around here. I am in Florida. And Florida does have some nice, nasty little critters running around. We have rattlesnakes. We have scorpions. And then we got some four-legged creatures, and not so nice either. Oh, I just lost my measurement. Okay. Nice dry wood. Like I said, I can't lift these things completely. I have to use things to help me out a little. I just need one more for this project. And it's got to be better than 8 inches. Oh. Well, maybe I can get it this way. Okay. Let's see if this one works. You can see how dry it is. It's not punky, but it is dry. I'll have to recut this one again. Here's my mark. There's my mark. Ugh. Oh. Ooh, wee. Just dry. It's just dry. That's what I need, is just dry. There we go. There we go. There we go. There, I got my 3 logs that I need. Oh, I want that machine. Guy towing a mini excavator just went by. Hell, I love a Chinese one. Somebody want to give me a Chinese one? At least a 1.5 ton, 2-ton one. Be nice. Now, let's see. Trying to remember how this works. Don't want to run you all the way down the hill. Well, for you, it's only been a second, if that. Here's our first wall. It's crooked, I know. I know it's crooked, but I still have to add in 3 more posts, and that's what I was cutting. They're going to go in between the 4 posts that are already there. Now, it looks crooked, I know, there's a big gap, I know, but I have more logs to put in there. I just have to shift them around, okay? I have a pile of dirt just to keep the tarp in place. Now, this is the stuff that I picked up for free. It's silt fence. They use on retaining walls, or in the case it was meant for a seawall at a very well-to-do house in the community I used to work in. They cut about 10 foot off because that's all they needed, and they threw the rest out. Okay, I'm going to hop off the tractor and I'm going to show you the roll. I may have exaggerated on the length of the stuff, or the width of the stuff rather. But I'll show you that now. Well, like I said, this is a work in progress. This is the first one I made. I still have to put 1 up there and 2 down here, all in this same line. The next one is going to be near my shooting bench there, about that spot right there. The next one, you see that nice green patch of grass right there? That's where the next one's going. Well, it's actually going over here to the right. Okay? And that'll give you my terrace gardens. Now, this terrace is 20 foot wide, but that's not the finished wall. The finished wall will come out and go at this angle back up the hill, corresponding with the same on the other side. Now this thing is pretty stout in there. It's pretty solid with the sand pushing against it and everything. And I've had a lot of rain. I've had deer walk across the pile too. Yeah, you can see the deer tracks right here. Okay. They go traipsing across the whole pile. All the way over here and over to here. Traipse across the whole pile. But this is how the wall is going to be built. Now, there's the roll. It's probably a good 10 or 12 foot actual width. And for what I'm using it for, it's perfect. Now you're going to make your comments. Please remember, be civil. Remember, I'm doing it without purchasing materials. The backfill is from my property. The silt fence is out of the trash. And all the logs that are used are from Hurricane Michael that took out this whole grove and the grove up above my house. I know I'm going to get bashed. Got quite a few people that like to bash me for some stupid ass reason. Oh, it's not engineerically sound. People have been building these things like this for years. Go back to look at ancient China, building on sides of hills for farming. Rice paddies that are going up the side of a hill. Really. Well, that's what you're going to get today. This is how far I've gotten. And this is how far I'm going to go today. I'm not planning on putting these logs in because my little helper is not here today. because, as I said, I can't move these things by myself. The log, I picked up the logs with the tractor and I dropped them in place between these four. This one's about 4 inch. Next one's probably about 4. One on the end is about 6-inch diameter. And I cut these ones, but they'll go in later. I just wanted to get them cut. But this is what you see, and this is what you're gonna get. The next retaining walls are probably gonna be a lot straighter and a lot neater. But I am running out of logs. And I can't cut from there because 20 feet in, 25 feet in rather, is my boundary marker, and I don't have any really nice straight trees to choose from that are of great diameter. You can still see quite a few of them that are still hurricane damaged. When the wind came in from Hurricane Michael, it bent all these trees, as you can see, bent them. It bent over here too. See, they're all leaning. All right, that's it for today.